Gymnastics is in the middle of a comeback moment. Suni Lee dropped a video a couple days ago that had everyone talking. Jade Carey and Katelyn Ohashi are already back out there, both competing. And Owashi's competing again this weekend. And the guy joining us tonight, he didn't just talk about comebacks. He went out and did it, meet after meet, all year round. This man is an Olympian, a two-time World Championships bronze medalist, or is it three-time? Is it three-time you or two-time?
Two.
Okay, just making sure. And 2026 alone, since the last time we sat down a couple of months ago, he's gone out and won the silver all around and P-bar gold medal at Winter Cup, competed at the American Cup where the team won silver, and he took home parallel bar gold at the Pan American Championships while also punching Team USA's ticket to World Championships. He is back training at the University of Oklahoma, and he is just getting started. Welcome to the show, Back to Basics on GymnasticsVille, Yul Moldauer. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks again for having me. Super excited to talk about this subject. There's one name we forgot to mention.
Oh,
Marvin
snap.
Kimble. Marvin
Oh,
Kimble made a comeback at the qualifiers, and he's been a longtime friend, so it was great to see him put on the grips again. It's actually funny. He told me at Winter Cup that he was training again,
okay.
and I thought it was a surprise, but he was like, "No, I'm really doing it." So it's exciting to see, everyone come back. I think that's a beautiful thing.
All right. So, well, we're gonna get into Marvin a little bit more, but I wanted to talk about what was your reaction a couple of days ago when Suni busted out of that video on Instagram and said she's making a comeback after Jade and Katelyn had competed a few weeks earlier, and then also Katelyn's competing this weekend as well. I mean, just what is your reaction to all this happening right now?
I mean, it's exciting. All three of those names are such big names in the sport. So to see them come back, no matter their age or their achievements, to see them want to come back to gymnastics, that's special. I think it shows how special this sport is. But I also am not surprised. I went on tour with Katelyn. I saw her do beam, floor, the dancing, and I was like, she still has it in her. Like, I won't be surprised if she comes back for another year. Jade is such a powerhouse that wasn't a big surprise to me either, but it's exciting. You never know when they're going to hang up the towel. And Suni Lee, gold medalist in Tokyo, had an amazing run in Paris, but I could see in her eyes that, at some point between this quad, she was going to announce it. I'm such a fan of all three of them. They're
Yeah.
great people, great gymnasts, great ambassadors for the sport. So, I think it's amazing to see. I think it just shows there isn't a limit to gymnastics. It's how how you take care of your body. Are you still motivated? What type of coaching are you going to go through? I think it's just showing that our sport has evolved so much in the last 10 years. I remember it was unheard of to see NCAA gymnastics and elite. Jade proved that wrong. Suni Lee proved that wrong. So there's so many names that are in college now that are still doing elite. I mean, heck, I'm at OU, and there's this freshman named Liz. I don't know her last name. I mean, I just got here, but
Yeah.
Liz, KJ, and Tom, they just left to go to Classics. So I think it's amazing to see the NCAA step into kind of the role that the men have of building that, foundation to help athletes get above and beyond than just the NCAA.
Yeah, yo. I mean, I think it's remarkable, and the last few guests we've had, right? We had Sophia Campana.
Mhm.
She's an adult. She was on the elite track for Italy, and she's still competing. She competed at a World Cup in Boston where an 82-year-old competed. We
Yeah.
just had Jenny on Gymnastics Getaway, adult Gymnastics Getaway. They're still doing it. You're still doing it, and then everyone's making these comebacks, man. Like, is it like Are the comebacks contagious? Is it like one athlete comes back? Does that get like the next elite athlete thinking about it? Like, what do you think is driving this?
I mean, it could be the comeback, era. Um, I personally probably would come back if I saw all my teammates coming back. I'd be like, "Oh, they're still doing it. I can still do this." I don't know if you guys know this, but Asher and I have a bet that I'm gonna try and outlast him in gymnastics.
Oh snap! You and
And it's
Asher?
just it's a joke, we always joke about 2032, like,
Yeah,
if I'm still going, you still have to go, like, I'm 7 years older than you, so,
7 years. Wow. Okay,
I
that's a
think it's
challenge right there, bro.
it's all in the mind. I'm young. That's all I gotta say is I never think about pain or my age, I think about what I love doing, and that is flipping around, representing my country, and pursuing my dreams.
Wow, that's great. And how much do you think of these most recent comebacks, Marvin, Katelyn, Suni, Jade, has something to do with the Olympic Games being on home turf, right? In
Mhm.
America, LA. Just talk about that and what this Olympics means to you guys. You guys are all national team members, competed on the world stage. What does that mean to have an Olympics on your home soil?
I mean, I just got goosebumps thinking about it. I think about what American Cup was and just feeling that home crowd energy and to feel that at the Olympic Games and to be at the Olympic Games almost in your backyard, I think that's like a must. You want to go for it. It's going to be one of the biggest times of the year for any gymnast in home, in our nation, in LA, a lot of history there. I think if I was 50 years old and I was healthy, I would try and make a comeback because the Olympics is so special, not just to gymnasts, but to any athlete. I mean, you
Yeah.
see the World FIFA Cup going on right now. Like, it's full of emotions, it's excitement, it's representing your country at the highest, it's 4 years apart, and I think you want to prove to your country what you have, how you want to represent it, and show off. This country has some of the best fans, some of the loudest fans. I mean, it would be amazing to stick a dismount, rock the baby, and point at Russell Westbrook. You know,
That's right. That's right.
so I think everyone wants to come back. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Nastia puts on the grips.
Holy smoky, you're pulling out Nastia. That would be amazing. I think from a fan's perspective, I'm a fan of the sport. This is amazing, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's awesome.
this is amazing. And I'm like, okay, is Simone gonna make a comeback? You just bought out Nastia. Like who else is there? Is there anyone? Okay, I got a follow-up question. Is there anyone on the men's side that you would like to see make a comeback that's under 50 right now?
Oh, I mean, Brody Malone.
Okay, okay.
I think
But is he retired right now? Is he kind of he's fit, okay? We don't know. Okay,
I don't think so. I
yeah.
think yeah, I don't know. But if I could pick a cool team, I think Steven Legendre,
Oh, bam.
Jake Dalton, Chris Brooks,
Oh,
Danil Leva,
oh,
Alexander Artemev, Jonathan Horton. I even like Paul Ruggieri on high bar,
oh. He was sick on high bar, man.
Kevin Tan on the rings,
Boy, you throwing him
going
out right
late.
now.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Gatson. He used to be one of my favorite gymnasts as a kid. Jason Gatson. I remember I went to a summer camp and I got a picture with him and I was so excited. He
Man, he
was
was a
like my
rock star coming up, bro. He was a rock
yeah,
star.
yeah. So I mean, you never know. I mean, you just saw Marvin take 10 years plus off and now he's got the grips back on
Was it
and
really that long for Marvin?
no, maybe not. 2018, 20. maybe 2018, 2019
Still,
is when
still,
he started.
that's a long time. I mean,
Yeah,
Owashi's is a very long time. I know she did it
yeah,
in college, but I feel like since college,
yeah,
it's at least been over 5 years.
yeah. But I think what's so exciting about all these comebacks is there's so much history with all these names.
Yeah,
I feel like gymnastics, I don't know, maybe it was just because it was COVID and that's the only thing people could watch during that time of
yeah,
lockdown. But I feel like everyone got to like live this journey throughout Tokyo through 24 with those names.
yeah.
And then, Katelyn Ohashi taking over UCLA in the NCAA appearance and going viral and having the Michael Jackson flow routine. That was one of my favorite routines to watch. So I think it's just exciting because there's so many more fans in gymnastics now that kind of started maybe in that era. And so now it feels like they're part of that journey and they're getting to watch some of their favorite gymnasts come back. So
Yeah.
it's exciting. I think gymnastics is all about how you take care of your body, the communication you have with your coaches, the drive you have still in here and in your head. And if you want it, you can do it. I think science is evolving so much that there's so many tools that you can take care of your body. Like I normatech every night. I roll out every night. I stretch every night. And I think just those micro treatments of recovery, they enable me to last in the sport longer. I guarantee you if 10 years ago all these gymnasts even had the compression sleeves of Normatec, they could have probably felt better the next day. When I Normatec,
We didn't have them. I didn't have them back in the day.
exactly. And it's almost like a massage. We've got massage chairs that are not just like the
I think I lost your audio. I think I lost your audio. There you go. Yeah, I got you now. Yep.
Sorry, where did I get cut off?
You were talking. We were talking about the Nortec, the
Yeah,
sleeves. Yep. If you want to
yes.
continue from there.
Yeah, so the Normatecs are just, a basic need for any gymnast now. It's amazing what they do. It flushes your system, it can stretch your muscles. It's a great tool of recovery. And I think even personal trainers to the medical staff now, like they know exactly what pressure point to work on, where to needle, how much time do you need to cup, when to cup, what days do you do hard recovery and rehab compared to the day of competition. So I think our sport has just evolved so much because thankfully people are invested. Things are changing. So I think it's beautiful to see, and I'm happy to hear that people close to my age or of my age or older are coming back, because I think it proves to the younger generation, if you take care of yourself, if you communicate well, you can be in this sport however long you want.
Wow. Yeah, man. That's great. And on to comebacks. Let's talk a little bit about your own. Since we last spoke, I think we talked a little bit after Rocky Mountain. You had qualified the Winter Cup. You were about to compete. Since then, you've had 3 or 4 major competitions. Um, and I think, from my point of view, they've gone maybe best case scenario for you. Kind of, what are your thoughts on just these last few meets? How's that been going from your point of view?
I mean, I got to be grateful that I'm having the support that I have, even at 5280 and now at Oklahoma. It's just been a blessing. I didn't know if I was going to feel good and be able to come back. And things went quick right after Rocky Mountain Open. 2 weeks later, it was Winter Cup. 2 weeks later, it was American Cup. 2 weeks later, it was Germany. And then, you know what, we kind of had that month, but we had to go get ready for national team camp to make the Pan Am team. And then we went off to Pan Am. So honestly, I almost jumped into like a mini NCAA season.
For sure, yeah.
And I know it wasn't perfect. I know I can be better. I know that there are so many things I need to improve, but if I take a step back, I think I'm on the right path. I think I'm proving to people that I can still compete with these young guys, and maybe the old dog can show them a few tricks and mind games and kind of the mental side, but I've been really enjoyed this last kind of segment of this last, 6 months of coming back. It's a different mindset, it's a different approach. I'm doing it because I love it. I go in there with two mindsets. I want to win and I love this sport and nothing else matters. I don't care about the judges. I don't care about the competition. I am there to show off my gymnastics and prove that I still belong in the gymnastics world. And it's been hard. There are days where, I probably should have documented how bad I looked and how worried I was going into competitions. But that's part of gymnastics. That's why it's called practice. You have to practice hard. You have to accept the hard days, and you just got to have the plan and work through it. And, lucky enough, it's been going very well for me. Knock on wood, we have US championships in about 3 weeks, and I am super excited. This is one of my favorite meets of the year. It's the biggest meet in the US every single year.
Yep.
And I'm just excited to go against everybody on the field. I've been at Winter Cup, not everyone was there. I've been in Germany, not everybody was there. American Cup, it was more team format. Pan Am's, there was great competition there. But
Yeah.
on the US, it's just, I feel like I've gotten to compete with certain people on the US team.
Yep.
And now it's time to all really be there. And
Everybody.
I want to see how we do.
All right, man. That's great. I'm excited for US championships. I do want to talk about the move, right? 5280 club gym had so much success there. Back at Oklahoma, your own stopping ground. Mark Williams is your coach again. Brand new facility. I mean, what is that like to be back in Norman at Oklahoma, coached by Mark Williams again?
It's special. I'm very thankful that they wanted me back. I'm very grateful that they gave me this opportunity and believed in me and and provided me an opportunity to come train back at my old stomping grounds. It's the facility is unreal.
I need to visit.
It's
I need to visit, man.
I can't even explain to you how nice this is. It is not world class. It is Olympic class. And you have anything you need there, from recovery to nutrition to sports medicine to the trainer to the coaching staff to the environment to the energy. It's beyond measurable. I've always loved OU, and I always loved the gym when I was training there.
Yeah.
But I don't think these guys that
They don't
train,
know. They don't know what it
they
used to
don't
be
know
like, huh?
how good it is. I mean, it is state of the art. They did such an
Oh,
amazing job. And, that was, I love 5280. I love Vlad, Sasha Arena, Beth, the girls' side, the guys' side. Everyone there is a family. I'll forever be grateful for how they shaped me, how they got me to where I'm at, how they styled me, how they prepared me mentally. They're no questions asked. They're always family. And I'll always give credit for what they've done in my career and the support and all the families there. I just couldn't turn down the facility and the kind of the next move of my training.
yep.
I could get a massage in Colorado, yeah, but to be in an environment where you're sucked into success, I think that's what really pulled me in. It was a really hard move mentally. I
Yeah, I bet, man.
love Sasha. He's like a brother, but also like a father. Vladimir is one of the or the best coach
It's
that,
OG, man. OG.
and Irina is like a mom to me. She used to cater me. She used to bring me tea. She was just an all around mom to me. So to leave that, it hurt. It was hard. but I just knew that I had to try something else, and it just felt like I had to go there. It was sitting in my heart. It's not that I could be like, oh, this place is better, this place is better. It was just
Yeah.
where where does my heart say to go? And I came back here. It was a quick move, a quick turnaround, but I'm thankful to be here. I'm excited to be here. I hope Mark's excited I'm here. I'm trying to,
You know
you
Mark's
know,
excited, man. You know
yeah,
Mark. Mark is
yeah.
giddy right now. He's great to have you back. I can tell Mark's got another renewed set of energy. I think it's been great for everyone, and obviously the experience you have and just being in the gym with you for for the other guys coming up, the college guys right now, OU guys. I'm sure they're probably gonna appreciate you being around as well.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I'm trying to show them kind of that dog mentality of, you know, just push through the work, put your head down, listen to your coaches and do it. Not every day is going to be great, but you can always try and be great. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if it's a new system. Just put your head down, don't talk back, and trust these coaches. Mark
Yeah,
has the history. Josh is such an exciting technical coach. And Valeri, he's technical too. He's got that Soviet style of training, of basics, of conditioning, that mindset. So it's great. I think it's an amazing coaching staff, and so it's I want them to win. I've always been an OU fan, and hopefully I can maybe not speak to them, but maybe just show them the ropes
yeah.
of being a dog, putting your head down and attacking.
Wow, that's great. That's great, man. So, U.S. Championships 3 weeks away. It's in Phoenix. First one in a little while. Are you ready? And what are you excited about? And what's it gonna take to make that world team?
My goal is to go in there, hit 12 for 12.
Okay,
That's always my goal. I know that I'm a little behind in difficulty. However, I'm back to a 5.7 on P bars. I'm putting in the laid out double double on rings,
dope.
triple double on high bar. I'm doing Casina in my routine right now, but we'll see how that all plays out. Floor is brand new. I'm putting in the double layout with full again. So a lot of change, but it's not new. So I'm
Got it.
excited to go out there and actually compete routines that will hit the bonus, um, and make that world team. I want to be a guy that they can rely on again. That's been something I've been telling myself at all these international meets is when you raise your hand, if it's ugly, but stay on and fight. And, you know, it's a different mindset going there, working for the team and trying to prove yourself that you want to be part of this team. It doesn't matter how old you are, how tired you are, how many days in a row you're training. This is what being a gymnast is. If you want to be a high level gymnast, accept the international competitions, accept the hard days, accept the all around after traveling, accept the time change. All of this is part of being a professional athlete. If you can't take it, there's another kid right behind you that wants to have your spot.
True.
So
True. Wow.
I'm excited. I love this sport. I love the game. I'm excited to see all my friends. I haven't seen some of these guys in over 2 years. So I'm excited to see everyone in the same bubble. It's great.
Wow, man. That's great, Yul. Um, I think that's all I have. All I know is that I'm excited for U.S. Championships. I'm excited for this comeback. Um, in theory, this is still your comeback, right? You haven't even been back for a year, so I think this is exciting times in gymnastics. I want to thank you for coming on. Good luck in Phoenix at U.S. Championships. Hopefully, we can have you in again after that, just to talk about that recap, man. But I speak for a lot of fans, and we're glad to have you back in the sport. and it was different when you weren't in it. But now the flavor, what do they call you? The hype man is back.
Thanks. No, I appreciate all the support. It's been really humbling, and I'm very thankful of everyone who reached out and who's always been a fan and who's been cheering me on. It's been very special to feel, and I thank everyone. And I hope to see you guys at US Champs. It's gonna be my first time in Phoenix. It's August 6th through the 10th, or the 9th, my bad. So come see us, come support us. You never know when, this could be the last time to see one of your favorite gymnasts. So, we love when we see people there. So please come support us.
All right, and that's a wrap, Gymnasticsville. See y'all
Thanks for
soon.
having me. See ya.